Hey, it's Dave Brown here, host of Now with Dave Brown on AMI. Check out this latest highlight from the show.
The Canadian Council of the Blind and the Alliance for Equality of Blind Canadians have recently partnered with Envision America to expand accessible prescriptions in Canada. Here to tell you more about it is Richie Lefebvre. Richie is the Product Support and Service Manager for Envision America. Good morning, Richie. How's it going?
Good morning, Alex. Doing great here. How are you?
I'm not too bad. So what does this new partnership mean for Canadians?
It's a wonderful, it's really started off as a wonderful relationship. The people at the CCB and the AEBC have been more than welcoming of our product, Script Talk. Really what it entails is getting the word out there. And I think that's the biggest part of the partnership here, is letting people in Canada with a vision impairment know that there are options for them to stay safe and independent with their medications.
Now, the device that is making these prescriptions accessible is called Script Talks. Prior to this device, what was available for people to access their medications?
Boy, we've heard a lot of stories, in previous to Script Talk, there are other options out there. There are options for people to use to stay safe for their medications. But prior to Script Talk, we've heard a lot of stories on how individuals stay safe with their medications. There's a lot of people that use a rubber band or two rubber bands around their prescriptions, tactical bumps on their prescriptions, many different methods that people had to come up with on their own in order to stay safe. And with the development of Script Talk and now the wide availability of Script Talk, it's a game changer. It definitely saves lives.
Now, I understand you have a Script Talk there with you. Can you kind of give us a bit of a rundown of it, like what it looks like and how it works?
Sure, absolutely. Going right here. So this is the physical Script Talk unit. It's fairly small. It's about the size of two hockey pucks. A little Canadian fun there for you, but it's about as tall as a hockey puck as well. It's very user friendly. There's a button on the side that adjusts the volume, turns it on and adjusts the volume. There's three buttons on the front. The button in the middle has a tactical bump. That's the read button. Then you have a previous button and a next button. Very easy to use. I can demonstrate it now for you.
Yes, please.
The pharmacy has a software called Scriptability, to where they put an RFID sticker on the bottom of the medication bottle. Now, these stickers can go on boxes, pill packs, vials, anything that prescriptions come in. The pharmacy puts the RFID sticker on the bottle, sends it off to the customer. The customer has this free reader. We're given to this. Envision America provides this free reader at no cost as long as they're with a participating pharmacy. And we can talk about participating pharmacies shortly, but this is generally how it works. So the patient or the customer gets the medication at home. They turn on their device. Very easy to do. You'll be able to hear it beep a couple times.
Script Talk station ready.
All right, Script Talk station ready. 2 beeps. It lets the patient know that it's ready to read. So all they do is they put the medication on top of the unit itself and hits the middle button. It's the read button.
Patient, John J. Smith. Medication, amoxicillin, 250 milligrams capsule. Instructions. Take 1 capsule 3 times daily. Quantity, 30. Prescription date, March 9th, 2022.
And we can pause it right there. Just to save everybody a little bit of time. It goes through everything on the prescription label, from your name, the patient's name, to the drug, the dosage, the instructions. It reads out all of the warnings. Anything that is vital information gets read out loud to the customer.
And so that vital information, is it consistent regardless of what the medication is? You're always going to get that same level of information, the name, the dosage and everything?
Absolutely. It's It's a pharmacy-driven program, so the pharmacist is actually putting that information within their software into the scriptability software. So there's no chance of mistakes. The pharmacist verifies what's on the label before it goes out to the customer. One of the cool things about ScriptTalk is you can arrange the headers as you want to hear them. So if you want to hear your RX number at the beginning of the recording, you can. So the pharmacy has the ability to adjust how everything is heard.
That's awesome. Now, what languages does ScriptTalk come in, and how can you adjust the preferences or setting on the device?
Great question. We provide ScriptTalk in 26 different languages. Generally, if somebody is requesting a specific language, we would pre-program that language into the ScriptTalk device here and send it out to the customer. But we do have the ability to do 26 languages, and French Canadian being one of them.
That's good to hear. Now, you did mention a bit earlier about the devices are free when you're working with a participating pharmacy. Can you kind of tell us a bit more about what pharmacies are participating and how people can go about finding out if their pharmacy is participating?
Absolutely. So some of the bigger pharmacies that participate with ScriptTalk right now would be Sobeys, London Drug, Shoppers. We're still working with companies such as Jean Couture, Loblaw, and Uniprix. So we're working on those right now, but some of the bigger ones, and I would say probably the best one for people to really talk to their pharmacists about ScriptTalk is at a Sobeys. Sobeys has implemented ScriptTalk nationwide in all of their stores. So really all the customer, the patient, anybody with a vision impairment or print impairment just needs to go talk to their pharmacist and ask about ScriptTalk, ask about the options that they have for getting the device. Now, I will say that a lot of many Sobeys may not know they offer the service, but you just got to be talking to the right person. The pharmacy manager is always the best person to talk to when you're requesting ScriptTalk.
No, that's awesome to hear, and it's great that it's available nationwide for folks at home, that they know, okay, if I go to a Sobeys, I will be able to get one. But beyond the pharmacy, how can someone go about owning one of these ScriptTalk devices?
A great question. Again, as we continue to grow our partnership with the CCB and AEBC, I encourage people to reach out to them. They have the ability, they have the reach to be able to get the information to you. Another method is to contact us directly, and I can provide those phone numbers for you at your request, Alex. But I would have people reach out to us. We're more than happy to call your pharmacy, work with your pharmacy, and advocate on your behalf.
Yeah, that's great to hear, Richie. And we'll make sure to put up all the information on our blog. Thank you so much for taking the time walking me through this really important but also really fascinating device. I really do appreciate it.
Not a problem, Alex. Thanks for your time.
And thank you. That was Richie Lefebvre. Richie is the Product Support and Services Manager for Envision America. And for more information, you can go and learn about ScriptTalk by visiting envisionamerica.com. That is envisionamerica.com.
Do you want to dive into more conversations like this? Watch Now with Dave Brown weekdays at 9 a.m. Eastern on AMI.TV or download the podcasts wherever you listen. Do you want to dive into more conversations like this? Watch Now with Dave Brown weekdays at 9 a.m. Eastern on AMI.TV or download the podcasts wherever you listen.